Shabba was a dog that had been waiting at a New York City shelter for a while. He was surrendered by his owners due in large part to his medical conditions. They had begun to deteriorate, and that was also affecting his behavior. So we were his last chance, and when we took him, it was sort of I really hope this is a good dog. And he was. Literally the first thing he did when he saw Dr. Lebowitz is kiss her.
When we first met Shabba, he was a really, really sweet guy. When he came into AMC, he was unable to walk. He would kind of crawl along on his belly with his tush up in the air.
Can you walk?
And would fall every couple of steps. So the rescue group elected to try to figure out what was going on and see if we could get Shabba walking again, and they admitted him for an MRI. And this is Shabba's MRI. This is Shabba kind of sliced in half, if you can picture his tongue down here, and this gray tubular structure here is going to be his spinal cord. His spinal cord should stay this shape and size throughout his neck. But over here, he has this pocket of white, which is going to be a fluid pocket, or a pseudocyst, and it acted almost like a mass, putting pressure on the spinal cord, so information from his brain couldn't get to his legs to tell him where to place them in space or how to have enough tone and strength. So when we see these cysts in dogs, we talk to owners about medical management versus surgical management. Medical management is giving them medications to try to shrink the cyst. Shabba was started on them and did improve a little bit, but he had a lot of side effects from the steroids that were going to impact his ability to be adopted. He was having a lot of accidents and was losing a lot of weight, so his rescue elected to try surgery to give him the best chance of a full recovery and the best hope of coming off of medications chronically.
That was when AMC to the Rescue kicked in and was offered for him, which was a lifesaver for us because we really didn't know how we were going to afford his surgery and his care. We honestly wouldn't have been able to do it the way we did it if it weren't for AMC to the Rescue.
Shabba had what's called a hemilaminectomy, and we removed the bones that house the spinal cord, and then we opened up the outer covering of the spinal cord to relieve all of the pressure from the cyst and remove all of that fluid.
Ready, Shabs? Let's go! Go say hi! Come on, go say hi! Yay. Go say hi! You're off!
And I remember picking him up and sort of being like, okay, let's make sure this works. I followed all of the post-op instructions, and little by little, his mobility and his movement would start to come back.
Good job, buddy. Come on. Good boy. Look at you go. There you go, buddy.
And then one day, he actually started running.
Hi. You're so fast. Good boy, Shabba!
Afterwards, Shabba did so amazingly well. We were getting videos of him running in a field on a farm, happy. It just, it cheered us all up and made us all so happy that we were able to help him.
Everybody had put so much into Shabba, from our organization to all of the entire care team at the Animal Medical Center. Like, everybody was in this dog's corner, and we all wanted him to win. He was not an easy dog to find a home for because so many people just hear that he's had neurosurgery, and that can be scary to them and daunting because they don't understand it. So Dr. Lebowitz and her team were really helpful in helping me spell it out in layman's terms so that it was easy to understand that he'd be a normal dog with just a funny, wonky gait. And so I was contacted by a family in Orlando, Florida. I'm from Florida and my family is there, so I said, why don't I bring him to you? Why don't we just try this out, and I'll stick around down there for a week or two to make sure it fits. So we made the drive.
And we are all packed up. Right, Shabba? You got all your stuff? Let's do this. 1,100 miles to go.
And then we went to Orlando, and it was love at first sight.
Yeah! You're a big boy. You're
Oh my goodness.
So hi. Oh, his face.
Myrna and Bruce were just instantly in love with him, and it was such a mutual feeling. It was almost like he knew that this is what all of this had been for.
Shabba's a great example of why AMC to the Rescue is so important. We are able to help these dogs who have been relinquished, and with these funds, we could help Shabba find his forever home and live out a great and happy, fulfilled life.